They're the most elitist people in the whole world. That their whole life is based around their credentials. They imagined me going to the best schools in the land, even though that they weren't rich. Barack Obama said the same thing. Barack Obama went to Harvard, right? Remember that? They're like, oh gosh, Obama went to Harvard. He was the editor-in-chief of Law Review. On to Harvard Law. Wow, he's so smart. Okay. We know the people who went to Harvard, Claudine Gay, plagiarized everything. So what the heck about Obama, right? Very smart. Anyways, you can see a good report from Philip Wegman calling out the total hypocrisy, saying that the Ivy League was infesting all of DNC, as you'd expect, and they turn around and mock it. Now, here was a fun one from Politico. It's an interesting article. In Tim Walz, black women see the right white man for VP. Well, that's good. They see at least a white man that's acceptable to them. I guess that's the new world. Black women organizers see Walz's role as a vital one in a country still roiled by racial conflict, instigated by the race hustlers. Now, when Tim Walz addresses the DNC, as we saw, Brenda Cole says he's the right white man for the job. Okay. I guess that's acceptable to say? Can you say that in reverse? No, definitely not. Cole's donning a win with black woman pen on the collar of her dress says that she appreciates that Walz, a Minnesota governor, does not appear intimidated by being a sub to a black woman with the caliber of Kamala. So Walz is a sub. So yeah, good. You be subordinate to the black woman with a high caliber of Kamala. I am proud such a black woman to support our... I am such a proud black woman, oh golly, to support our great Kamala Harris. Harris is only seriously considered white men as running mates. Yeah, because they need that for sure. Others, they're trying to like cobble up these different constituencies that they don't have. And it included Shapiro, Mark Kelly. To many Democrats, and especially to black women, the pairing represents a significant step forward in a country still struggling with fraught issues of race. Yeah, I know. It's brutal out there. All right, so you can see what's happening. Now, there was some fact-checking. CNN fact-checked the fake DNC propaganda, and they came out on this one against Project 2025, explaining the truth of how this operation was formed and where it stands in the GOP.
Listen to this claim from Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware about Project 2025 and former President Trump.
He has, with his friends, said the quiet parts out loud, but not only said them out loud, he wrote a book about it. What's it called? Project 2020.
That is false. Trump did not write Project 2025. The project's big policy document published by the Heritage Foundation think tank lists dozens of people as authors, editors, contributors. Donald Trump is not among them. Listen to this.
The truth is really secondary when you're a Democrat. It's whatever is most useful to you. And we've been seeing, this is very curious. They're almost running like Republicans, right? They're almost running like freedom, mind your business. They came out and said Kamala Harris was going to lower your taxes. Like they're like, stay out of our kids' lives, all that type of stuff. That's Republicans. You're the ones who want to come into schools and shove pornography into the kids' faces. Eat it, because they're sick. They're the ones who want to come in and set up hotlines so that you can snitch on your neighbors when they're playing basketball during COVID pandemic emergencies, right? They're these people who will never leave you alone unless you're on their team. So they're so disconnected. They don't even want, this is the Commerce Secretary, is asked about the jobs report that says that they lied about 800,000 jobs, probably much more than that. Lied about it. Okay, look, it's not a margin of error problem. Okay, they weren't off by like 2% or something. It was almost 1 million jobs. It's fraud by any other business, any other metric. Okay, if you did this with your company, reported this back, you'd be charged with fraud. All right, company would go under. What do you mean? We're less down 800,000. Okay. All right. So she gets asked about this, and they're so just anti-Trump. She thinks this is some crazy Trump talking point. What is this?
When you hear that, do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
No, when I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it because I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful.
It is, though, from the Bureau of Labor.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, you're the Commerce Secretary. Have you heard of the Bureau of Labor before? Maybe we should start there. Did you go to your orientation class to figure out what all these different agencies are that you're in charge of?